Build a house with us in 3 minutes or less. Now, of course, I'm starting with after our hired out shell and exterior openings was done. And so I started with electrical work and then we hired out other utility work inside. While we were waiting and in between, I was building our finished carpentry and storing it so that we'd be ready to install when the time came. As the utilities were wrapping up, we were waiting our new delivery. We did a seal on the concrete to help waterproof, and then we were ready to start insulating. But before that, we had to make sure all our utility work was done and our electrical inspection for rough-in passed. During this time, we also got our well dug and trenched, and I installed cabinet bases. Now it was time for insulation, and we just received our big order. This job was pretty quick and easy. We got our house very well insulated and even a bit soundproofed. After that, it was time for the dreaded task of drywall. It took us a few weeks to hang it all and another 3 to 4 weeks to sand it all down. In my opinion, sanding was the worst task of this entire job. Then we were doing the finished electrical along the way, which went a lot faster than I anticipated. During this time, we were finishing up our orders for the finish work and also buying some furnishing for when we were going to move in. We got our wood stove installed, which we started using to heat as it got colder. Here's some footage of me taping and mudding, and like I said, this was the hardest job. This and mostly the sanding. The sanding was, I'll just say drywall dust is relentless. But it was such a relief to get something on the walls, so priming and paint was really fun. We had a lot of colors, a lot of color blocking, and to help everything dry, we burned a lot of fires. I had to make some changes for our finished electrical, but ended up passing quite easily. This is a feature wall in our home that I particularly love. Here's my cabinets installed, and of course we did all the flooring, more pictures to come. I also did a lot of building, this little shelf and installing interior doors. I actually love how my railings turned out too. And now it's trim, and honestly trim is a bigger job than you'd think. Basically every single unfinished edge or exposed unfinished area has to be covered somehow. Here's a couple more pictures of flooring. We did a lot of carpets too. Wiring Ethernet is finicky, but we got that done. Again, more and more trim. Here's some pictures of some finished rooms. I'm not planning to share it in detail, but here's a little glance, and then some staining and more design.